After my rescue and the loss of 2 teammates, all for the cause we now know, I learned how bad the cause was. People have been turned into what we found out was the Lost. Advent had taken over. We had quite literally been overrun. The people had just basically trusted Advent to save them from inevitable oblivion. The commander, Bradford, whilst I was away, had set up a resistance. He fought until he found out where I was, and he had help from the Shen family with a ship as well, the Avenger, with the help of 2 key people, Lily Shen and her father, and Dr. Tiger. The early weeks were manageable. We destroyed a monument, which was simple really, but then we went on a specific mission to try and destroy a psionic array. That was when we lost our real first troop. Well, not our real first trooper, but she was part of the team for not very long. She was killed by Candyman, regrettably, but it happens. She was psionically attacked by a sectoid. Did I ever mention I hate sectoids? As the weeks went by, troops started to learn their abilities, earn their promotions. And so forth, and started learning how to continue on. Then we got contacted by the factions. 2 specific factions indeed. Reapers and Skirmishers asked for a meeting between the 2 of them, between the 3 of us. One from each side to settle any differences. And to fight the enemy with us and be not against us. Well, we found out we weren't also alone in the fight against us. It wasn't just Advent. The Advent had champions, 3 of them. We didn't know the other 2, but we knew of one, because this one tried to attack our meeting point. The assassin, the Nightblood, Referai Masha was her name. After we defeated her to a certain point, we learned of what the fate of the populations in all the cities that got conquered before my capture. They were called the Lost. Easily killable, but they come out in numbers all the time. Then, not long after that, maybe a week or 2, Resistance got hit. Den Mother, she died, whilst we were trying to save them. Of course these things happen. That's the nature of war. War never changes. Not long after that we found out the assassin, as I call her, the Wicked Witch, was unkillable. just knocked out for a small amount of time. After the mission where we had a chance to find out what the Reapers and the Skirmishers can do, and that Mox got captured by the Wicked Witch before the end mission Outrider got out, we picked up a transmission which confirmed that there were 3 chosen, not just 1. About a week later, we found out something called an Avatar project. Our contact inside the Advent government told us this. A single project to end our resistance operations once and for all. But we don't actually know what the hell it is. About 3 weeks later, maybe 4, can't really sure, not really remembering properly, we found out Mox's location after he was kidnapped by the assassin. We set forth to reclaim him and escape. We did so, taking a few casualties along the way. But what the hell is a Kelletid? They spit poison at you. Ooh. About a week later, maybe 2, Engine R&D started to learn how to reverse engineer the enemy's armour to best fit our troops. But this was the one thing that kept happening to us. Supplies. Supplies were low. They kept ebbing and flowing all the time. And our wounded on each mission kept on stacking up. There was no way to stop it. And that assassin just kept on returning to battle. And I keep on putting her down. And then she gets back up again. We get a new trooper really that goes up into our next promotion. Corporal Erica Hawkins. She becomes one of the main team. To my surprise, her abilities work quite well. She becomes one of the saviors of my squad. Operation Sovereign Saviour. A bad episode. Our mission sets a precedent for months to come. Advent started using the chrysalid before I was even released. Chrysalids are annoying little creatures that burrow under the ground and then attack you as they pop out. But something new came out after my rescue. The Hive. Nasty bunch. They are an enemy to be reckoned with. And not loyal to Advent. But a month later we get a mission to get some more supplies. Good thing really, because we were low on supplies at the time. Surprise! But what we didn't know was there was these things that Advent had been working on called biotroops. Biotroops are the worst things that ever come out, because they can hide in plain sight. Some of them. And they are poisonous, all of them. Some of them can transform into what we found out is faceless at Haven. That mission was a forced retreat for us. That's all we could do. There was nothing else we could do, just pull them back. That mission was bound to failure the minute I sent them in. I was not expecting them. But one thing I did learn, Corporal Hawkins, area suppression, that was one of the best things I could have taken. We didn't win, but I learned something. About a month or two later, well, at least another month later, another Haven was hit. Another resistance outpost. Oh, they brought out the big guns. Mutons, Berserkers, just to name a few. But Candyman, he had gotten a lot better at his abilities. When he has ammo in those dual-wielded pistols, and if any enemy get within a certain radius of him, he shoots and he scores. The same with new pods. As soon as those enemies turned up, he would open fire on that one pod, injuring them. Him and Corporal Hawkins, Shield Maiden, soon became an excellent team together. Corporal Vandenberg joined our team of weary troops. At this point, our troops were getting weary all the time. And when we go into the next mission, there was a new threat that almost, well, that sideswiped Outrider. I had to get her out of there before she got killed. An Operation Irksome Stranger. A Muton Elite with new powers and shielding. Things we've never come across before. The Arnold Rimmer becomes our latest trooper in our squad of misfits. He is so one-minded, and his only goal is to rise up the proverbial ladder of promotion, lickety split. And if he works hard enough, he might actually do it. Mr. Tiger and Miss Shen come up with new technologies and new research. The R&D labs are working overtime. They come up with new abilities as well. Jetpacks and circuitry to increase jump range. Mr. Wolfus and Mr. Kronos both ask for this tech. Mr. Kronos gets the jetpack. Mr. Wolfus wants to go leaping and bounding up into the air. And also Mr. Wolfus has this thing, high ground is his best friend. So they got to test out. Next mission we went on. It was a hard mission, but we met a new foe. And we didn't even know this existed. We hadn't heard any reports or rumours. The sectoids have a commander variant with worse abilities than a normal sectoid. And the assassin decided to show up, and I really had some fun shooting the assassin in the face very hard with all my troops, and it made me feel great. Not long after, we had more supply worries because the bloody assassin decided to take out my last 12 supplies. I had done a lot of research and a lot of R&D, which made me feel good but bad at the same time. I do wish Central would basically stop worrying every single time that Avatar project went up by 1 layer. Yes, we've got information on it. Yes, I can see it going up. Does he always have to say, we need to move fast every time it goes up 1 layer? About a month or so later, we go on another mission to get some new supplies, which we absolutely need. And they keep on bringing in new operatives into their own troops as well. Armoured Vipers, Flame Vipers I've come across previously, but Armoured Vipers? These things are poisonous, dangerous and bloody well armed. And Armoured Berserkers, those things, you take one shot at them, if you don't kill them in one go, then they should go off and start smacking down on your own troops or their own troops. Every time you shoot, they take a reaction. So annoying. Also came across a cross between the Trooper and the Lancer, an Honour Guard. Those things get him alongside the Berserkers. Not long after that, we learn of a special operative. The Resistance informs us of a one Duke Nukem. He has a favourable attitude, and he does like his women, and his booze, and his proliferation of swearing. And so we launch a mission to go and find him. So when we went to go and find him, we saved him, the assassin turned up again. Duke has a bit of fun with her. And we saved him and his 2 companions, the Wholesome Twins. They become part of our fighting force. And on the first covert bloody mission, she gets ambushed alongside Outrider. Great! So then we have to get them back safely. They almost get killed in the process, but we got them back.